Hello everybody, this is John and my wife Amanda and our little girl Emily. Welcome to Christian Country Living. Today we'd like to take a look at something that's been on our wish list for a very long time, ever since we've been married really, even before, and that is the Country Living grain mill.
When we were looking for a grain mill,
Emily, honey,
let's
leave it in the bowl.
When I have a grain mill, an electric grain mill that I use all the time. We were looking for an off-grid grain mill. So we looked at the Country Living grain mill online, and they're pretty spendy. But this mill is a lifetime investment. You're never going to have to buy, another one. And we were able to find this one on eBay for about $80 cheaper than what they retail for.
What do they normally go for?
I think it's around $380, $400.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'd have to look to see exactly, and it depends on the accessories that you get with it. We opted to get this handle extension.
Okay,
it
so
makes it a lot easier for when you're
more leverage. On the original one, it comes out right here, I believe.
This screws directly into.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who can't see this handle screws threads in. You should really put a bolt on that, but yeah, it just turns in.
I'm sure there's some other accessories that we'll get eventually, but as you can see, it grinds really nice flour.
Another thing that was important to us is that we wanted to be able to have as much flour off-grid as we wanted, and we didn't want to do the old pestle and mortar, or mortar and pestle as it were. You can store wheat for a very long time, but you can't really store wheat flour for very long at all. And so we knew that all the wheat in the world wasn't going to do us any good if we didn't have some way to process the wheat. So hence the grain mill, and we did choose to get what we believe from various reviews is the highest quality. So enough of me jabbering, why don't we take a look at how it works. Okay, so this is kind of a first look video. We can do a more in-depth video later where I can show you how to take it apart, but essentially there's some parts in here that go together, and it's really not that bad once you figure it out. The manual does come with a diagram for you to follow. It was a tad confusing to me at first, but that's probably just because of my lack of mechanical ability on that. Basically, to make the flour more fine, you would turn it in. You'd have to hold the handle while you do that. If you want start to get a little bit more chunky, you would turn it counterclockwise to the left. And I'm going to have Amanda shoot it for us here. So we have our grain in the top, and we have these clamps right here holding it securely to the island. We just got those at a local hardware store. It did not come with the grain mill. And here we go. Action in here. Add a little bit more here. Okay, let's time how long it takes to do 1 cup of wheat. I'll need my cell phone. I'll have it right here, and I'll open it up so that you can see it in action. Here we go. Ready, set, go. I'd say that's about it.
Getting flour on the phone.
53 seconds when I stopped. So as you can see, it is a little bit messy. Got a little bit on my phone there, but that's okay, it's in a case. And you're probably wondering how hard was I turning. That was a good workout for me. I was pushing it a little bit since we were timing it. I'm gonna let Amanda give her impression of how hard it cranks. And we'll just try to be honest, because it is a hand crank mill. And it'll help you to decide whether you want to get the extension or the other way. I recommend the extension. Yeah, she says it feels okay, but if we did it a little finer, it gets harder to crank. If you back it off, it goes through easier, but you're getting more chunks.
Yeah, I think if I was gonna bake with that, I'd probably want it just a little bit finer. It's pretty, I mean, it's not bad.
So again, if you were gonna make it finer, all you gotta do, hold onto the handle and give that a little bit turn in.
That's a little bit harder.
Let's see, this is fairly fine. I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
so yeah, I mean, you are sacrificing ease of use by not doing an electric mill, and you wouldn't have to use this day in and day out when you're still able to be on grid. But I tell you what, I mean,
I'm gonna tell them about how you can do this electric.
yeah, you can. They do sell
Electric motor.
an electric motor. I believe it's DC, but I could be wrong. So yeah, if you had solar, theoretically, you could run it off of that.
When I was making bread, I would need like for one loaf of bread, probably about 3 or 4 cups.
How many cups do you think we have in there?
Oh, only 5.
Yeah, I would say
Almost enough for 2 loaves of bread, probably.
yeah, we've been grinding before. I was messing around with it before the video. I would say that probably took about 5-6 minutes worth of grinding. And you know, I'm a little stronger, so it probably doesn't take me quite as long.
You're all covered in
But you definitely want a sturdy surface. It does come with holes if you wanted to bolt it down. We decided to try the clamps first because we didn't really want to go into this butcher block if we didn't have to.
You can buy clamps from the company that are like an accessory, but we just bought like $5 clamps at the hardware store.
Yeah, and they seem to be working fine. We just put them on tonight. But yeah, it's really easy to take apart. You would just hold onto the handle, twist this off. This is a plate here, and on the other side of this one there's another one, and it just grinds against it basically.
You have to get a different part if you want to do like cornmeal. Like
Is
the
that-
larger grains like cornmeal or beans, you have to get a different.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
this
that's
works
true.
for all grains, like wheat, oats, and whatever.
Yeah, so the more common ones you're going to be able to do. Emily, you want to say hello to everybody at Christian Country Living? Say hi. Yeah. So this is kind of a first look video at this, and we'll probably follow up with additional videos as we learn how to use it better. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward, really. There's a key here. There's one back inside of this that locks all of this together. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's also a spring inside of there, a pretty heavy spring. And anyway, this will kick the pants off of any pestle and mortar. I've heard people say, well, don't worry, when that time comes, I'm just going to take, you know, mortar and pestle. And I'm like, how long do you plan on doing that for? Because that does not sound like a good time to me. I'd rather give my arms a little bit of a workout for 5 or 10 minutes and have a couple days worth of flour myself. But, you know, to each their own. Good to learn multiple methods. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this first look video. Give us a shout if you would like us to demonstrate any of the other features, or if you have questions about the features of this and what it can and can't do, something that we might have missed. So thanks for watching. It feels good to be back putting these videos up again, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.